The Vibrant Gujarat Summit and the kind of preparations that are going on around it are hitting its crescendo as the international visits of the delegation, including and led by the Chief Minister Bhupendrabhai Patel, is also hitting a crescendo with the last leg of the entire visit being that in Japan and Singapore, and perhaps the most important one so far as well. In fact, to speak more on this, we are also being joined by the president of the Indo-Japan Friendship Association, Mukesh Patel, here, and we are standing in a very lovely Zen garden at the AMA, and we'll have a chat with him about the delegation going to Japan and what exactly has been planned with the delegation that is going there, and as a precursor to the Vibrant Gujarat Summit as well. Thank you so much, sir, for joining
Thank
us
you,
and speaking to us.
Priyanka. This is, if I have to say in Japanese, I would say konnichiwa, which is equivalent to our kem che ya kaise hain. Huh? So we are very happy that we will be going together in this delegation, and it's going to be, I would say, a great occasion for Gujarat to have its road shows as a precursor and commemorating the 20th anniversary of Vibrant Gujarat. You know, this great event which started from 2003.
So, speaking of Vibrant Gujarat and the delegation that is going there, first up, if I could ask you, what all is there in the itinerary, the kind of key players that we are going to be meeting with, along with the Chief Minister and the other, of course, stakeholders as well who are going to Japan. What has been planned? What are the one-on-one discussions, and what is really on the agenda?
I think I would say after quite some time, since Mr. Modi used to have his focus on Japan, and I recall his words very distinctly when he said that his vision and mission was to make Gujarat the mini Japan of India. And I would say that dream has come true, because over all these years, there is so much Japanese happening in Gujarat. Be it the Shinkansen, be it the metro, be it the industries coming around, to the extent that some of the most high-tech industries like Semiconductor and others, they have preferred to have Gujarat as their focus. The way Dholera is shaping up is attracting the Japanese. I think the way Japanese are now trying to put their foot in the gift city as well. Exciting things are happening for Gujarat and the Japan relationships. And to add more value to the business part, what has been best, which I always say, the most harmonious relationship is when you have ABC in sync together. So along with business, the focus is also on academics, A and C culture. So academics, business and culture, on all these three fronts, I think Gujarat is now very closely knit with Japan. And this Zen Garden and our Japan Center, they are living examples of that.
Absolutely. And as we see the itinerary of the delegation and the Chief Minister meeting with the governor there, meeting with the banking
Not just
sector.
one governor,
Absolutely.
three governors. Governor of Yamanashi, governor of Tokyo, and governor of Hyogo. And as you know, Hyogo and Gujarat, they have a very special state partnership. Kobe and Ahmedabad, we have a sister city relationship, and these have been blossoming together. I think this trip is going to be very significant when Honorable Chief Minister Shri Bhupendrabhai Patel, and I'm very happy that this is having a strong contingent, very senior, top-ranking bureaucrats, experts from various departments like GIFT, Index B. There are also friends, leaders, business leaders from industries like Zydus Life Sciences, Adani, Meghmani Group. So it's very heartening that we are all together.
So, if we could speak about the ecosystem and from the industry point of view, because you also mentioned semiconductors, and that's in a big way the push that is being given to semiconductors, of course, going to be the next big thing. So, if you could speak to us a little bit about those segments, and also, as you pointed out, the banking sector. We just had the news that one of the banks have also been set up in the gift city, and more are to come as well. So, what are going to be the conversations around those sectors, and what is going to be, in your opinion, also going to be materializing in the Vibrant Gujarat Summit is?
Well, what would be in the conversations, I would say, is the domain of the Honorable Chief Minister himself, along with the bureaucrats. But, the indications are that, we are going to be having perhaps this time the largest number of one-to-one meets between the official side of the government and the Japanese companies. In fact, let me tell you a little in the lighter vein that Japanese companies literally queued up to meet the government of Gujarat delegation. And, time was a constraint. Everybody wanted, please come and see our facilities, our visit, our factory premises. But then, obviously, constraints of time could not let them do everything. But it is a very encouraging signal, and it shows to what extent the Japanese companies really value not just India, but particularly Gujarat in its focus. And I think this is going to be a big milestone, in this direction. So you are right. We can expect some very important things to happen. Obviously, the focus is semiconductor, as the Honorable Prime Minister himself said, along with the Chief Minister when these recent events took place on the semiconductor front. I think that will be one big focus. There will be definitely a focus to promote and further, give strength to the Gift City project. And therefore, not just Japan, but on return, the delegation, along with the Chief Minister, they are going to Singapore as well. So I think that will be an equally significant and important visit.
And sir, in terms of relations and more ecosystem building, like you said, the ABCs between India and Japan, but specifically, so how Gujarat has a very friendly relationship with Japan. As you said, there are sister cities between the two as well, sister states as well. So if you could expand upon that, and how will that also affect this particular delegation, because you yourself had also gone to Japan as a precursor.
I have, yes, I was there a few weeks ago. For us, at the Indo-Japan Friendship Association, Gujarat, of which I am currently the president, we are going to be celebrating next year, 24-25, Golden Jubilee. 50 years down the line, I've seen 5 decades of Gujarat's vibrant bonding with Japan. And today, it is so heartening that we have, like in a city like Ahmedabad, we have a Japanese association here in Ahmedabad, which is phenomenal to think that so many of the Japanese community, they are trying to have their foothold here. So, as you said, the ecosystem on all the 3 fronts, academics, business, and culture, as far as Gujarat and Japan is concerned, there could not have been a better time and timing for a delegation like this. And I think it is a perfect curtain raiser for a great event to follow in January 10, 11, 12.
Specifically, also one last question before I let you go. What about the MSME sector as well between the two? If you were to speak broadly to me about this, because we have as Gujarat, there are a lot of MSMEs here, and of course in Japan as well. So, what will be that from that angle, if you could speak?
Well, I think Japan has its big strength on the MSME front. And these two relationships about which we talked, Hyogo and Kobe, both these state and cities, they are very strong on the MSME front. So I think if we further these relationships even on this front, it will be of great strength for us. So we are looking forward to something very meaningful, in the times ahead on the MSME front as well. And finally, before I wrap up, let me say there is tremendous scope to have mutual collaboration even on the tourism front, because the Japanese, just like the Gujaratis, are equally fond of tourism. You will find when you go abroad so many Japanese moving around, just like Gujaratis, almost every place you go, you'll find them. So I think this is one area where also we can have a lot of prospects for our mutual relations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank
speaking to
you.
us.
Thank you so much.
And this is just days before the entire delegation of the government of Gujarat, including key players of the industry as well, will be going to Japan. And there are going to be more discussions and deliberations as a precursor to the Vibrant Gujarat Summit that is all set to take place in January.